My friends, the new Ratchet and Clank game is real. Rift Apart is coming to the PlayStation 5. It's happening. Check the description if you'd like. I got our live reaction of all of us being there for this moment we've been waiting so long for. It's so great. My vocal cords are still kind of recovering from it, as well as the initial gameplay and trailer analysis is down there as well. There's a lot to unpack about this new game, and I have a big handful of videos I want to do breaking down everything, but first and foremost, I need to just pat myself on the back and say, I told you so, guys. I literally called all of this. I knew it. Like, seriously, y'all, I've been doing these videos talking about this next Ratchet and Clank game for a while now, and I cannot believe how much of it I totally nailed on the head here. So I want to go down the list here and compare everything that I predicted over the past few months with what we actually got, or at least seemingly are getting. So first of all, I knew this game was happening. 8-9 months ago something, I was so sure, and I had been sure for a while, like almost maybe a year before that. I knew a new Ratchet and Clank game was coming, and nobody was talking about it. I had to put a video out there. We want more, and we're gonna get more. Spoiler alert. I thought nobody was gonna watch it. It has like over 10, 12, 15, 16,000 views or something. I don't even know. Thank you guys. Everybody, thank you that has supported me and has gotten us this far. There was like a couple hundred people in that live reaction and that big moment, and it just was, that was like the best day. That was the best day of top 10 days of my life. Thanks to you. So thank you first and foremost for everything. But it all started with that video. I knew this game was happening, and well, I was right. Secondly, I thought that this was going to be not a Going Commando reimagining, because it seems like they really want to just do a Going Commando reimagining or just a sequel to the 2016 game. Like, I feel like I'm being too hopeful to say that they're going to make a Post-Nexus game. I don't know, but again, I feel like if with my little Star Wars analogy, they could make it work, where it's a new thing that people that played the 2016 game can get into it, but it still has to do with the old story that we all want to see a continuation of. I still made a video about it, just humoring the idea as what it could possibly be, but I didn't actually believe, and it's definitely not a Going Commando reimagining, so I mean, I'll take the point for that. I guess I'll just take the point. 2 for 2. Thirdly, I was very sure this was going to be a Post-Nexus game. I made a very long video about it. I was so sure that this was going to continue the storyline where Into the Nexus left off 7 years ago. I thought, why would that happen? How could they do that? This game, a Post-Nexus game, might actually be the case. This might actually happen. Seemingly, that is definitely the case. There was a lot to talk about that, and I'm gonna save it for a separate video soon, but it does seem that this is definitely going to be a Post-Nexus game. I'll elaborate on that in a separate video though, however, so look out for that. Make sure you're subscribed and have the bell rung to look out for that, because that also seems to be the most asked question, so I definitely want to tackle that pretty soon. Fourthly, mostly going off of the teaser in the art book, I thought this game was going to be about the Lombaxes. We're going to go to their dimension, something about the Lombaxes. There is actual concept art for a Lombax society. And, well, they dropped a bomb on us at the end of the main trailer with a female Lombax, and it's definitely a Lombax, and it is a female. They did confirm on Twitter that it is a female. Some people were unsure, and it's definitely a Lombax. We do not know to what degree this game will be about the Lombaxes. Seemingly, it's more about stopping Nefarious, and we'll talk about that soon in a second here. Not to get ahead of ourselves, but this could be the start of something bigger, so maybe in the future, it'll be more about the Lombaxes, and this is just kind of an reintroduction to that, just like I had said in that Post-Nexus video, that I think they continue the storyline while also starting something new and catching people up, because they start it new, but it still answers, again, my analogy of it being like the Disney saga of Star Wars movies. It's its own thing, but it still connects and answers everything that the previous movies kind of left, although they kind of just made it, I mean, it's a little different. People want to judge the Star Wars movie. I don't really care. It's just an analogy, okay? Point is, they're doing it. They're talking about Post-Nexus, and it seems to be the start of something new. But again, more on that in a separate video. Fifthly, yes, I did say Nefarious is back, and I predicted Nefarious was going to come back. So you'd think, okay, well that was the tease for the next game, so that's what the casual fans are going to expect to see. So maybe they might have to incorporate Nefarious somehow into this. Maybe they can just incorporate him into a Lombax society somehow. Maybe he'll turn good or something. I don't know. They'll upgrade him. Ooh. I think I said for a different reason. I mean, we don't know what the reason is, but I don't think it's to be determined if I was right why he's back. But I mean, really not a tough prediction. Sony's not gonna let him go away anytime soon. Maybe after this game. Again, not to get ahead of ourselves, I want to talk about that in a separate video. what this means for the future of the franchise. Different video, but Nefarious is back in this game at least. Moving on to number 6. So this is something that I might be wrong about. I was pretty confident that there was going to be some online capabilities in here. There's just a lot of things that just kind of, you know, fit. That make me want to think, yeah, this might happen. I mean, there is another Lombax here. There is a potential for some kind of cooperative play, although it seems like Ratchet and Clank might be separated for most of this game. Clank might be with this female Lombax, and he probably plays them separately. I don't know if they're going to be together playable, probably at least not through the main story. Maybe there's some other mode. I don't think there's going to be any kind of online modes. I feel like that's something that you would announce with the game. But they really definitely, more on this later, but they definitely wanted to focus on the SSD really blowing up this game. Maybe they just didn't announce online because they didn't want to draw the focus away from how technically spectacular this game is. But I have a lot less confident about any online modes being in here. But I guess most of you are okay with that apparently. I kind of wanted it, but whatever. Moving on to the RPG elements that I predicted. I didn't necessarily predict them, it was more just kind of like a wish. And it's really just to be determined, but I mean, I just thought I mentioned it anyways, I guess. The weapons, I knew, because I asked them, and they said they got a lot of backlash for reusing every single weapon except for the pixelizer. We want new weapons. They know that. They've said that to us, so I'm pretty sure we can expect to see new weapons in the next game. So imagine if we're going to different dimensions, the kind of weapons that we can pick up from other dimensions. That's freaking exciting, man. Or just even other random parts of the universe. Forget Megacorp and Gadgetron. We could see like 20 different weapon factories. Have a weapon from each of them. Maybe we can pick. Maybe we get like an option of like 3 from each system, and we can pick one or something. That would be cool. There's an idea. They confirmed in the live stream that it will be an all-new arsenal. That's not to say there might be 1 or 2 repeating weapons like Zircon and Groovatron. I really hope they're not. I have pretty good confidence that they won't. They finally took out the combustor. If they can get rid of the combustor, they can get rid of anything. They showed 4 weapons, 4 different kinds, like a turret kind of weapon, a shotgun weapon, a bomb weapon, the pistol weapon, and they're all brand new concepts that we have never seen before. So with those 4 like pretty main weapons that are in most Ratchet and Clank games being completely new, I have a lot of confidence that they'll all be new. The only questionable one might be the rocket launcher. I really doubt they're not going to do the Warmonger. I really doubt they'll do the Warmonger. Please, no more Warmongers. But yes, they said that, and they have shown that these are all new weapons so far. He said all new arsenal. It's pretty believable that this really is an all new arsenal. Moving on to the big stuff that I kind of was really nailing. Open world. He just jumps out of a ship. You land on the planet. Boom, you're on the planet. Maybe it's just an open world planet. Each planet is an open world, kind of like Corel Canyon, Tabora, Thram, whatever kind of thing. Or at the very least, they're just bigger levels, more paths to go down. Maybe they're all linear, but there's just more options of where to go. Now, it's to be determined still. It's a maybe. These portals, so it's seemingly you're just jumping from planet to planet through portals. The linearity of, is that a word? Linearity of the game is at question here. Are planets even levels anymore? Are there even levels? Is it just a linear thing and you're just kind of jumping from planet to planet like constantly? At the beginning of the trailer, Ratchet does mention, he's like, the ship can't be that far. Right, the ship. So, unless he's talking about like a Starship Phoenix ship, they seemingly do have a ship that may or may not play a role. Like space exploration is a questionable thing. In the trailer, they fly through a bunch of different planets, and you can see there's like a gold bowl over in one area on a Tauren 4. Yes, these are our repeating planets. These are old planets from the Future trilogy that were shown in this trailer, by the way. What? There's crates and some enemies like you can see below Ratchet because he's like flying over these levels through these portals, so you can tell that you are going to be playing in them. And some of them, like the city one especially, seemed very just kind of like random. It didn't like seem like part of a path that you would go on in a linear Ratchet and Clank style. So there might be some kind of open worldness to it, really to be determined. Again, the linearity of the portals and the open worldness aspect is at question. It's something I definitely want to talk about in a separate video. Again, I got a lot of videos planned. So building off of the open world thing with the portal dimension rifts, I went back and watched it. It wasn't exact, but I predicted that it would be really cool if they did black hole planet jumping utilizing the PlayStation's incredible solid state drive SSD. What if black holes are just wormholes to either other side of the universe, or maybe they're dimensional portals? They go to other dimensions. They're like natural dimensionators. So black holes, let's say they are wormholes, right? They take you to the different parts of the universe. What if that's how the open world works? That's how you get to different systems, different planets. It's like No Man's Sky. You just hop in a black hole, boom, you're there. PlayStation 5's got an SSD, load times out the window, you just fly through it. You're at a completely different level, basically, and there's space exploration still, moons, more side missions, all this good stuff, and you can just go to other planets, other systems. There's so much. There's just so much. That's so exciting. Even more exciting if they're not just wormholes, but they're just natural dimensional portals. You're not going to different systems, you're going to different dimensions throughout the game. That's a freaking exciting thought right there. Come on, Insomniac, you listening to this? You can just rewrite the laws of physics. Different dimensions, you can do whatever you want in a different dimension. Lo and behold, that's literally the whole gimmick of the game. So it's not black holes, it's dimensional portals, so sue me. But I mean, I literally called that. I imagined that, I thought of it. I'm just saying, give me some credit, all right? I'm just asking for a little bit of credit, just a little bit of credit, come on. I talked about it because of Tachyon, which is to be determined if he's gonna play a role in this or not, because he fell in a black hole, he's alive, so I was like, oh, well, black holes are just portals, so maybe that's how the game will work, you just go through portals. I didn't think it would be at the level that it really is in this game. That's like the whole gimmick. I thought it would just kind of be a part of the game, but that's literally the main theme of the game. It's literally like in the title. So that's pretty amazing. I really just wanted to make this video to brag about calling that. Moving on, this game I thought could potentially be on PS4 and PC. PS4 is a definite no-go. It said PlayStation 5 exclusive, they confirmed that on Twitter. What they are achieving, utilizing this PlayStation 5's SSD and the power of it, cannot be handled on PS4. It's absolutely impossible. They are totally utilizing the PlayStation 5 here. PC, however, is a little different. The thing is, there is not an SSD that is not necessarily as powerful as the one on PS5 on the market right now. Maybe in like 5 years, which would be when it would come to PC if it was gonna happen. Definitely not day and date, definitely not. It said PlayStation 5 exclusive. The specs would be really high for it, but I really do kind of just think this is gonna be a very PlayStation 5 designed, with that design in particular. It's meant to be played on a PlayStation 5 with that hardware. So, quite unlikely. Second to last thing here, I said this game was gonna be a big freaking deal. That was one of my most popular videos about this, and boy was I right. Oh my god, somebody just followed me on Twitch just now. So I already talked about one of them, but I talked about 3 things in that video. First of all, they are first party now. They are part of PlayStation Studios. These are 3 points to why I could see the next Ratchet game being a freaking banger. Starting with the fact that Insomniac is now first party. That just comes with, you know, they announced this new logo for PlayStation Studios that's gonna play before the PlayStation Studios game, which can be first or second party, by the way. But when you see that, you know you're gonna get an experience on the level of The Last of Us, Horizon, God of War, Ratchet and Clank. It's going to be on that level. The bar is high. Secondly, I talked about how Insomniac has historically wanted to fully utilize the power of new consoles, and boy are they doing that now. When they moved on to the PS3, they wanted to utilize that new hardware, new technology, push it to the max.
For this new platform, we needed to overhaul our engine and our tools. This meant we needed to build everything from the ground up. We couldn't reuse any of our characters, any of our sounds, any of our assets. We had to redo everything. I started to get really caught up in the allure of what the PlayStation 3 could do. No multiplayer or co-op, no spherical worlds, and no fun stuff like racing or other special modes.
Kind of coincides with the third point that it's on a PlayStation 5, it's very powerful, and the SSD in particular is going to be a real game changer. Literal game changer. It's going to change the way that games are made. But no, the PS5, it is super powerful. It's got an SSD. That's one of the most important things, again, you know, and Ratchet and Clank is like the poster child game for the SSD, and the SSD is like the poster child feature of the PlayStation. So in turn, I mean, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is basically the poster child game for PlayStation 5. I mean, just they are absolutely pushing this PS5 to its limits, especially with the SSD, the most prominent feature, the most game-changing feature. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. Not to mention that they said this is a full-length game. We don't know exactly what that means. However, I think we can expect more than a $40 experience this time around. This is a big deal. This is very exciting. From what we've seen from that trailer and the gameplay, this could be the ultimate, the best Ratchet and Clank game. This could top Going Commando, Up Your Arsenal. This could top A Crack in Time. Now, we don't know when this is coming out. That's actually going to be my final point here in a second. If this game even comes close to being as spectacular as this trailer and the gameplay made it out to be, it's still gonna, like, the bar is set. It is up there. This is really, like, it is a big deal. I gave the most amount of grain of salt in that video in particular, thinking I didn't want to get anyone's hopes up. I'm just saying there's a lot of points that make sense that this could be a big deal, this game. And it is. It really is. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it. I kind of want to save most of it for yet another video. I have so much planned and so little time. Please subscribe and hit the bell and follow me on Twitch too. But anyways, moving on to the final point, the release window. That was one thing I am seemingly very wrong about. I was so sure it was either going to be a launch title or within the launch window, like within 6 months of launch. In the trailer, they didn't even give a release year. If they were confident this game was coming out in even 2021, it would have said 2021, but it didn't even say a year. So we might need to start getting comfortable with the fact that it might not be until like as late as holiday 2022 until we see this game. I don't want y'all to be disappointed when it turns out to be really far away. Just expect it to be really far away so that when they announce it to be sooner than that, you can be excited. I hit the mic, I'm sorry. I don't want to retake that sentence. It did say pre-alpha. They didn't give a launch year. So, I mean, if it was even coming out holiday 21, they would have said 21. So, at best, maybe first half of 22. But, I don't know, guys. But you know what? I'm okay with it. Because, again, this game is a big deal. And I'm okay with it not coming out for a while. I just wanted to know it was happening. I just wanted to know I was right about all this stuff. And I was. I told you so. I had to say it. I think I said it at the beginning of the video too, but I had to say it directly to your face. Boom. I'm just happy we know about the game, okay? That's all I wanted. They can take as long as they want. Please, Insomniac, take your time. Make this the best Ratchet and Clank experience to date, by far, bar to none. I can wait. I can be patient. And you know what? It gives me so much time to finish the Ultimate Ratchet and Clank playthrough. I haven't even started Going Commando yet, and oh my god. Follow me on Twitch, link in the description. You want to join the Ultimate Ratchet and Clank playthrough every single game to 100%, no exceptions. I'll start Going Commando this month, I hope, maybe. Anyways, I say that just about does it for everything that I had predicted versus what we were seemingly getting. Again, it was only like 5.5 minutes of stuff to go off of here, but it was a pretty jam-packed 5.5 minutes. I'm so excited for this. This makes me so happy. I'm so glad y'all are with me on this ride. I'm just alone in my room right now. It's 11:48 p.m. I'm so tired. I have a headache. I want to go to bed, but I gotta get this content out. I'm just sitting here in my room with a green shirt on and a green screen looking at a camera, but I know I'm talking to you. I know I'm talking to some of y'all out there. Thank you. Thank you for being on this journey with me. I'm so excited to play Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on this channel. Probably first on Twitch and then later on the channel, but I'm very excited for that day. Thank you for being here with me. Discord, join my Discord, link in the description, should take you right to it for the invite. I try to be in there when I can, but I'm a busy guy. Give me a break, please. Anyways, thank you all so much for your love and support. Thank you. This is monumental. It's monumental. Thank you. I'm so excited for the future. Please subscribe, hit the bell. There's so many, oh, I have so many videos to do. It's overwhelming. Look out for those. I love you all, and I will see you soon, I hope. Peace.